Absolutely dreadful again. And I had just complimented Angel Reese for being efficient. I had just complimented Angel Reese for putting together a respectable performance. Of course, the Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter. All that matters to the lonely men who follow Angel Reese on social media is that she looks good. But like I told you guys the other day, an excellent performance from Angel Reese, it is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5.
One woman on the court beating 5 women. 5 women on the court. That's exactly what happened in tonight's game when the Chicago Sky got destroyed by the freaking Atlanta Dream. Ryan Howard, guys, of the Atlanta Dream, she single-handedly destroyed the entire Chicago Sky single-handedly by herself. This was supposed to be a totally different video, guys. I honestly thought we had it in the bag. I thought Chicago Sky was going to defeat the Atlanta Dream in tonight's game. We were leading for a large part of this game.
What happens when Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky walk into a game expecting a routine night and run straight into a one-woman storm named Ryan Unstoppable Howard? Yeah, this wasn't just a matchup, it was a takeover. What looked like an ordinary tip-off turned into a full-blown highlight reel masterclass. Howard didn't just heat up, she erupted. Shot after shot, bucket after bucket, she turned the court into her personal runway like she had somewhere important to be. By the time it was over, this wasn't a game recap, it was a demolition report. Let's break down how Howard didn't just win the night. She completely flipped the script and left the Sky searching for answers.
In the second half, Atlanta was hitting their shots, and Chicago was not. Ariel Atkins, I don't know. She's supposed to be a good deep shooter. She was just okay tonight. I don't know what else they're going to do. But they got to find somebody to fill that void. And Ryan Howard got on the heater in the second half. And again, Chicago looked good in the first half. The second half, they just got trashed. I literally saw one play. Angel Reese is going down the court on a breakaway. She got to steal.
At this point, watching the Chicago Sky try to keep up feels like bringing a butter knife to a bazooka fight. And this week, the Atlanta Dream didn't just look better, they looked untouchable. Locked in, fired up, moving like a squad with something to prove. Meanwhile, Chicago looked like they hit snooze before tip-off. And while Ryan Howard was out there redefining what a takeover looks like, the Sky were scrambling for answers. Every shot she took felt inevitable. Every possession felt like a warning. By the end, it wasn't just a loss, it was a statement.
That's when you start talking about that player's the best in the league. But here's the other part, you gotta look at it, right? Because you also got Gray, you got Griner, you got Jones. So what happened? The Chicago Sky played some good defense. I mean, whenever the Chicago Sky play their best defense, they don't score. And so it's one of those things, you're a little outgunned. What happened? How did it all start? Where did it all finish? Obviously, Angel Reese just keeps showing up. And last night, Angel Reese went in there 29 minutes, 4-10, right? 4-7 from the free throw line, went ahead and battled, got in there, got 3 assists, got a steal, and finished up with 12 points. But you're going to look at that being a minus 14, just outgunned on the court.
And front and center in all of it, Angel Reese, rocking the confidence of a headline act, but struggling to deliver the performance to match. The self-declared game changer was supposed to shift the balance, ignite the spark, flip the narrative. Instead, the impact just hasn't matched the hype. On paper, she was billed as the revolution. On the court, it's felt more like noise than substance. Flashy moments, big reactions, bold presence. But when the game demanded control, dominance, and production, the box score told a quieter story. The spotlight is bright. The expectations are louder. And right now, the gap between image and impact is impossible to ignore.
Listen, the problem with Chicago Sky, okay, we have a myriad of problems, okay? On court, off court, front office, back office, GM, coach, coaching, assistants, the staff, the players, offensive, defense. But right now, looking at this game, Ryan Howard destroyed us all on her own. Ryan Howard in that third and fourth quarter, mainly in that last fourth quarter, we were down bad by 20 points, guys, because Ryan Howard just continued to drop 3-pointers on us. Rachel Banham gave us some here and there. You know, she tried to do the best she could. Ariel Atkins gave us some here and there. Rebecca Allen, some here and there. Okay, but Ryan Howard acts as the leading 3-point scorer for the Atlanta Dream.
Boy, do you think about me now and then? Can you say Shy City? That's that old Kanye when he was regular. Yeah, it's going down in Chicago. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. We got the Chicago Sky general manager, Jeff P., throwing Angel Reese under the bus? Jeff P. said he's had enough of missed layups. Oh my God, Jeff P. Jeff P. When you start acting like this? Oh my God, but I have to keep it real. Jeff P., I'm going to be honest with you before we even get to what you said in the article. The first place you should be looking before you look at Angel Reese to blame her, before you look at Tyler Moore, you need to look in the mirror. You need to look in the mirror. You are the general manager. You are the one responsible for orchestrating and putting the roster together. You put a bum trash roster together. Flat out. Flat out.
The hype around her could power a small country, but the on-court return hasn't matched the voltage. Every time Angel Reese steps into the spotlight, the expectations are sky high. The reality? Still a work in progress. She was marketed as fireworks. So far, it's felt more like sparks that never quite catch. The flashes are there, the energy, the confidence, the presence, but consistency is what separates noise from impact. The Chicago Sky brought her in to elevate the franchise. And in one sense she did: ticket sales, attention, headlines. But when it comes to lifting the team in the standings, controlling games, and delivering dominant stat lines, that leap hasn't fully happened yet. The spotlight isn't going anywhere. The question now is whether the production will finally catch up to the promise.
You can't blame it on Angel. Angel had a couple bad games, but I mean, at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people own bringing the heat on Tyler Marsh, but listen, I say this all the time, and he has a lot of culpability. Maybe his X's and O's aren't quite where they need to be a coach at this level, but in my opinion, watching the game for myself, Tyler Marsh can't do nothing for missed shots.
Straight to 12th place. Dead last. The Chicago Sky aren't hovering near the bottom. They're unpacking boxes in the basement of the standings. And this latest loss to the Atlanta Dream wasn't some cute learning moment. It was a loud reminder of the gap. Atlanta didn't just win, they controlled every rhythm of the night. And at the center of it all was Ryan Howard, dictating pace, creating space, and making it look routine. The Dream looked organized and decisive. Chicago looked stuck in reaction mode. Now back to Angel Reese, because fair or not, the spotlight keeps finding her. She entered the league with massive attention and franchise-level expectations. That kind of buzz brings pressure. And right now, the production hasn't consistently matched the volume of the hype. The Sky needed energy, defensive presence, interior control, and steady leadership. There have been flashes, especially on the glass, but the overall impact still feels incomplete. Rebounding numbers show effort. Offensive efficiency and overall command? Still developing. Leadership? That's the next leap. If she's truly the foundation piece, then this isn't about tearing it down, it's about growth. The league adjusts fast. Opponents scout tendencies. Young stars either evolve or get exposed. Chicago's season isn't defined by headlines. It's defined by whether their centerpiece can turn potential into production, and whether the team around her can stabilize before the basement becomes permanent residence.
Angel Reese and her Chicago Sky brethren got absolutely obliterated by the Atlanta Dream last night. And Ryan Howard, holy moly. Yeah, I said holy moly, flashing back to the 1950s. By the way, I wasn't alive, okay? I'm just letting you know. She destroyed everybody. Everybody. And Angel Reese did Angel Reese things last night. Wow.
If she's steering the ship, critics are saying it's drifting off course. Angel Reese came into the league with branding power, spotlight energy, and sky-high expectations. But in pro sports, image only carries you so far. Production has to back it up. And right now, the gap between perception and performance is what fans are reacting to. The early future MVP chants have quieted, replaced with tougher questions. Was the league-ready dominance projected onto her a bit premature? Is this development curve steeper than expected? In professional basketball, you can't win on potential alone. The rest of the Women's National Basketball Association adjusts fast, scouts relentlessly, and exposes weaknesses without apology. For the Chicago Sky, sitting at the bottom brings pressure that goes beyond box scores. When a team struggles, locker rooms face a crossroads: tighten up and build accountability, or let frustration fracture chemistry. That's not just on one player. It's on coaching, veterans, rotations, and overall structure. Reese was expected to help shift culture. Culture shifts don't happen through headlines. They happen through consistency, efficiency, defensive communication, and late-game execution. The rebounding motor is there. The competitiveness is visible. But the leap from promising presence to franchise anchor is a serious jump. This isn't necessarily a burn-it-down moment. It's a prove-it stretch. Young stars either evolve when the spotlight gets harsh, or the narrative hardens around them. Chicago's future depends less on preseason hype and more on whether growth shows up in the standings.